Good morning. It's Tuesday, the 24th of November. My name's Tessa, and I'll be bringing you this morning's reflection on Psalm 97. The Lord is King, let the earth rejoice. Let the many coastlands be glad. Clouds and thick darkness are all around him. Righteousness and justice are the foundation of his throne. Fire goes before him and consumes his adversaries on every side. His lightnings light up the world. The earth sees and trembles. The mountains melt like wax before the Lord of all the earth. The heavens proclaim his righteousness, and all the people behold his glory. All worshippers of images are put to shame, those who make their boast in worthless idols. All gods bow down before him. Zion hears and is glad, and the towns of Judah rejoice because of your judgments, O God. For you, O Lord, are most high over all the earth. You are exalted far above all gods. The Lord loves those who hate evil. He guards the lives of his faithful. He rescues them from the hand of the wicked. Light dawns for the righteous, and joy for the upright in heart. Rejoice in the Lord, O you righteous, and give thanks to his holy name. This is traditionally viewed as another psalm by David, written when his land and rule were established. It's a psalm of praise to God, but unlike many others, it doesn't just recite a long list of God's deeds. Rather, it concentrates on praising God for who he is. Yes, it mentions fire going before him and consuming his adversaries, but that seems to be almost a necessary outcome of God's glory. Worshippers of images, of other false gods, are put to shame when they encounter the real living God. And it's this imagery of God's presence that really struck me from this psalm. We find in it echoes of other attempts to describe what it's like when God is encountered. So when the Israelites were rescued from Egypt and first came to Mount Sinai, God told Moses to bring the people to the mountain, and he said that he would come to them in a dense cloud so that the people would believe what Moses said to them. And we read in Exodus 19 verse 18, "Now Mount Sinai was wrapped in smoke because the Lord had descended upon it in fire. The smoke went up like the smoke of a kiln, while the whole mountain shook violently." And that sounds a lot like these verses from the psalm. Clouds and thick darkness are all around him. Righteousness and justice are the foundation of his throne. Fire goes before him and consumes his adversaries on every side. His lightnings light up the world. The earth sees and trembles. The mountains melt like wax before the Lord of all the earth. And it led me to think about what it means to be in the presence of the Lord, the King. It's a hard thing to think about contemplating God's glory, sitting here in my warm, cosy house, although maybe we can catch a glimpse, just an edge of it, when we're out in nature, when we watch a thunderstorm or climb a high hill or mountain, when we see a waterfall, or even at home watching a nature programme on the television. So can I suggest that we spend some time today thinking about God's glory, about the mystery veiled in that cloud, about the light that dawns for us and brings us joy. And as you go into your day, here are some thoughts about what else you might think about and pray for the day and its tasks, for the world and its needs, and for the church and her life. And today in particular, we're encouraged to pray for the elderly, the isolated, and the vulnerable. So may you journey this day in prayer and contemplation, and in the grace and love of God. Amen.